Hi, I'm Jennifer Sakole, and I am one of the directors of federal research here at Deltek, and I'm joined today by Kevin Plexico, Senior Vice President of Information Solutions, and as many of you know, a true expert in all things government contracting. Welcome, Kevin.
Thank you, Jen. Appreciate that.
And I know that recently you've recorded a video where you talked about the impacts of the new administration on government contractors. But today, what I'd like to do is delve a little bit deeper into how the new administration is impacting small businesses. So I thought a good place for us to start would be like where you see challenges specific to small businesses.
Yeah, and there's many of them, I think. I think we've been in a market where the growth has been really strong, and now we're hitting this environment where spending has been reined in and it's much less. And the challenge for small businesses is how do I compete and effectively continue to grow when it's a slower growth market and they're competing against larger firms.
Yeah.
I think the government's done a really good job of continuing to maintain their level of spending with small businesses above the 23% government-wide goal. But if you look underneath the covers, that the participation levels of small businesses has been really going down by I think 20 to 30% over the last 5 years.
Yeah. So do you see anything changing or something that's impactful about the new policies that the new administration has brought forward? And how?
Yeah, I would say my observation is they haven't done a lot to embrace small businesses. They continue to rely on the SBI or an STTR programs. They're still using small business set-asides of the different socioeconomic types. I think there's been a lot of question about what happens with the 8A program, given the administration sort of reduced focus on DEI initiatives. So far, they still maintain their sort of posture there, but they've taken away the more aspirational goals the Biden administration have had of 15% back down to the statutory levels.
Okay. So knowing that, are there any actions that you would recommend small businesses can take so that they are more flexible and more profitable, as opposed to just sort of sustaining business as usual?
Well, if you consider that reduction in the number of small businesses, I think what's really separating the successful ones from those that are still struggling is their sort of stepping up to the compliance requirements and really getting more sophisticated in their business development practices so they can compete on some of these large IDIQs that have much more rigorous sort of compliance requirements and just requirements for securing a spot. So I would say investing in compliance, really making sure that your company is ready for the upcoming opportunities that are coming out versus reacting when they do come out is key. And then the other thing I would say is just understanding your strengths, your capabilities, and finding teaming partners that can help you match make your way into market opportunities that you might not be able to prime on.
So with those recommendations then, do you have any place that small business owners can go and check out to take those next steps?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of really good ones. The SBA offers a number of programs and lots of resources for companies that are available to them. We have a small business resource center on GovWin that we aggregate all of the content for small businesses. And then, of course, we have our Clarity study that we have a specific section that focuses on small businesses that can help them understand sort of how they're stacking up in benchmarks relative to their peer group.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Kevin. I really appreciate your time today. And is there anything else you'd like to share with the people who are watching?
Well, I think the last thing I would mention is just if you haven't checked out the Clarity study, it's a great piece of research that really goes deep on the different functions of different organizations in government, and it can be a really useful tool for companies to understand sort of how they stack up relative to their peers in various functions like finance, business development, project management, et cetera. So definitely encourage you to check out Clarity if you haven't already.